CBS News, London.
And we thank you for staying with us this half hour. This is CBS News, up to the minute.
In these tough times, most people are holding on to every cent.
Merry Christmas.
But he's giving a fortune away to strangers. The real-life Secret Santa, tonight on the CBS Evening News. CBS News. Experience you can trust.
From all of us,
To all of you, happy holidays from CBS 4.
The right outcome is reorganization or bankruptcy, then isn't it better to get there through an orderly process?
Orderly bankruptcy. The Bush administration says this may be the best way to save the auto industry. Stormwatch, fierce pre-winter weather that gripped the West, makes trouble for the Midwest and East. And remembering the man who helped shine a light on a scandal, though he stayed in the shadows till almost the very end.
follow the money. What do you mean? Where? Oh, I can't tell you that.
This is the CBS Morning News for Friday, December 19th, 2008.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Gielan. So it's not what the auto industry wants, but the Bush administration is considering an orderly bankruptcy as the best road to save the ailing auto industry. A decision could come as early as today. Tara Mergener is in Washington with more. Hi, Tara. Good morning.
Hi, Michelle. Good morning. The fate of the Big Three is still in question today, and they may not like the White House's answer. Auto bailout negotiations are picking up speed.
I can tell you we're nearing a conclusion and we're very close.
With the Big Three anxiously holding their breath and waiting for a federal rescue, comes word the Bush administration is looking to soften the blow with a, quote, orderly bankruptcy.
If the right outcome is reorganization or bankruptcy, then isn't it better to get there through an orderly process where every effort is made to avoid it?
Under a managed bankruptcy, the government could provide financing to automakers to run their businesses while they reorganize under court supervision. But President Bush is still exploring his options. Another possibility might be emergency loans from the government in exchange for sweeping reforms from the auto giants. The car companies say that's a better answer. They fear as many as 80% of customers wouldn't buy a vehicle from a bankrupt company. And as the clock ticks on a government bailout, the doors at 30 Chrysler plants closed today for at least a month. In an attempt to shore up cash, all three automakers have been forced to shut down assembly lines and lay off thousands of workers.
No one's really happy about the situation. No one's thrilled at all. It's bad times.
While everyone's at odds over how to help Detroit, all parties agree that with 2 million jobs on the line and billions of dollars at stake, something needs to be done, and soon. Meantime, car sales have now hit their lowest level in 26 years. Michelle, back to you.
So, Tara, the White House says an announcement is close, but what is taking so long?
Well, aides from both parties say that this could be a tactic to get more concessions from both the union and the car companies. And the White House says it's simply because a lot of people have to sign on to whatever plan they come up with.
Okay, Tara Mergener in Washington. Tara, thanks. On the CBS News Money Watch, Asian stocks were mixed this morning after a rate cut by the Japanese government. Claire Leka is in New York with more this morning. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning to you, Michelle. Asian stocks ended the week mostly lower despite the Bank of Japan slashing interest rates to near zero. The move comes on the heels of the Fed's historic rate cut earlier this week. Central banks around the world continue to pump cheap money into the markets in an effort to get banks to start lending again. Tokyo stocks lost nearly 1%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index fell 280 80 points. The Japanese government is rolling out a nearly $500 billion stimulus plan. The cash injection is being used to prop up the slumping economy and increase the flow of credit. On Wall Street, worries that the recession is getting worse outweighed hopes that the $850 billion stimulus package President-elect Barack Obama is working on would help the economy. Now, the Dow does start the day down 219 points. The NASDAQ begins off about 2%. Now, oil prices are rising slightly in Asia this morning after plunging to a 4-year low overnight below $37 a barrel. OPEC slashed production by a record 2.2 million barrels a day earlier this week in an effort to halt a 70% slide in oil prices since July. But so far, it's not working. Investors continue to worry that demand for energy is slowing in the weak global economy. And the unemployment lines are still long. The Labor Department reports another 500,000 people filed for first-time unemployment benefits last week. But the good news is 21,000 fewer claims were filed than expected. The bad news is they are still near a 26-year high. The economy has lost 2 million jobs so far this year, and there's little relief in sight. Michelle?
Claire Leka here in New York. Thanks, Claire. President-elect Barack Obama begins his holiday vacation today, but before he leaves for Hawaii, he'll announce another cabinet appointment. Yesterday, Mr. Obama nominated Mary Shapiro to chair the Securities and Exchange Commission. She's a former SEC commissioner. Today, he'll nominate California Congresswoman Hilda Solis as Secretary of Labor and Ron Kirk as the U.S. Trade Representative. Before Mr. Obama made one of his cabinet nominations, Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, her husband, former President Bill Clinton, had to make some concessions. Among them, Mr. Clinton had to release a list of donors to his foundation. Cheryl Atkinson reports.
Among hundreds of thousands of donors to the Clinton Foundation are Hollywood stars, ordinary Americans, and foreign governments. Saudi Arabia gave up to $25 million. There's money from Kuwait, Qatar, Brunei, Oman, and Italy. Barbara Streisand is a heavy hitter, and the security firm Blackwater is there too. There's something else buried among the names of Saudi royals and super-rich businesses. Thousands of people who gave to victims of Hurricane Katrina.
The best way to help now is to make a cash donation.
How did Katrina donors end up on the list of Clinton supporters? Donations poured in before the Bush-Clinton-Katrina Fund was fully set up, so the former presidents held the money in 2 other charities, the Greater Houston Community Foundation and the Clinton Foundation. 4 months after the hurricane, the Houston charity passed more than $50 million on to the National Katrina Fund. A month after that, in January and February of '06, the Clinton Foundation gave about $30 million. It's that pit stop in the Clinton Fund that officially turned those Katrina donors into Clinton donors, donors who expected their money to go directly to hurricane relief. And just 2 weeks ago, thousands of them got letters saying their names were about to be made public. Among those surprised to find themselves on Clinton's list, former Congressman Rob Portman, a Republican on Bush's cabinet at the time. Dean Zerbe was the lead investigator of Charities for Congress.
These are folks who just meant well, saw the tragedies of Katrina, wanted to donate. How they've gotten themselves wrapped up in having their names put on a website is beyond me.
Zerbe thinks it would have been better if Katrina donors had been told more about how their money was handled.
Charities have got to make certain that, gee, when my aunt gives that money of $50, that the $50 is used for that purpose, and they've got to be able to show that.
Nobody from the Clinton Foundation would agree to an interview, but a spokesman for the Bush-Clinton-Katrina Fund insists every penny is accounted for.
People shouldn't worry that their money didn't go to the right cause.
All the money, 100%, made it to donors or grantees in the Gulf.
In the end, the only way the Katrina donors found out they're even on the Clinton list is because Hillary is Obama's choice for Secretary of State. Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, Washington.
Just ahead on the morning news, no more unwanted surprises from your credit card company. Plus, a wintry storm packs an icy wallop from coast to coast. First, Katie Kirk has a preview of tonight's CBS Evening News.
It's the busiest time of the year for this Secret Santa, working hard, spreading goodwill and big bills to people in need. Don't miss Assignment America tonight, only on the CBS Evening News.
It's Macy's last one-day sale before Christmas, Saturday, with a preview Friday. Shop morning specials until 1 p.m. This half-carat diamond bracelet, $59.99. Men's clubroom sweaters, $19.99. This Cuisinart coffee maker or food processor, just $74.99. Women's designer down coats, just $79.99. And these half-carat diamond studs, only $199. Macy's one-day sale Saturday with a preview Friday. That's the magic of Macy's.
What if we took the great taste of Splenda no-calorie sweetener and added a little fiber?
Sweet. Sweet.
Sweet. Introducing Splenda no-calorie sweetener with fiber. Now for the first time, a gram of healthy fiber in every packet.
Sweet.
Splenda no-calorie sweetener is made from sugar, tastes like sugar, but it's not sugar. No calories and a little fiber. How does that taste?
Sweet. Sweet.
New Splenda with fiber. Just what's good.
Halls. Keep going anytime with a deep breath of fresh air.
Luxurious fragrance and softness for you and your clothes. Indulge your senses with new Snuggle Creme Fabric Softener.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet's the pottery that grows. And now Chia Garfield. And Scooby-Dooby. He's a Chia Pet too. It's fun. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, water, and watch it grow.
Chia.
And this holiday, get the Chia Tree with a color-changing starlight. It puts on a festive show of lights. Chia Pets and Chia Tree with starlight. Collect them all.
Available at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Kmart.
Winter officially arrives on Sunday, but for the northern half of the country, it's already wicked out there. A huge western storm system will reach the northeast and New England today, leaving as much as a foot or more in some places. Behind that storm front, all the way to Seattle and as far south as Arizona and New Mexico, it's a winter wonderland. Well, maybe it's not actually a wonderland. It's more of a mess, especially for travelers. Spokane, Washington was buried in a record 17 inches of snow. And in Las Vegas, the airport has reopened, but many schools and highways remain closed. Overnight, the heaviest snow hit the Great Lakes states. Northern Illinois was due to get up to 14 inches of snow. And now to another big mess, the credit card mess and how the government is swiping back at card issuers. Americans now carry $850 billion in credit card debt. That's 4 times more than 1990. And card companies boost profits by bumping up interest rates and tacking on extra fees. But that's all about to change. Randall Pinkston reports.
On the eve of the biggest shopping weekend of the year, bank regulators gave consumers a present. Future rules to fine-tune the fine print for your credit card.
This is probably the biggest thing since the introduction of credit cards.
The biggest change, a new ban on raising interest rates unless a payment is 30 days late, or the card has a variable interest rate, or a promotional rate expires. Rates can also be raised on cards at least a year old if the consumer gets 45 days notice.
The federal regulators are finally saying that things have gone too far in credit cards and that something has to change.
Companies must give customers at least 21 days to make a payment.
So let me see your credit cards.
Sure.
The coming changes are a relief to real estate broker Fran Pepe.
Is this your personal card?
Right.
Okay.
This is my business one. Hello, this is Fran.
In this credit crunch, she's dependent on credit cards to finance her business.
I use the credit cards to leverage my working capital and to, stay afloat.
But the new protection comes with a price. The banking industry warns interest rates on new cards will go up, and getting a credit card will be harder too.
Particularly for people who are new to credit or have had problems in the past.
The new rules don't take effect until July 2010. Until then, companies are expected to continue slashing credit limits and hiking rates on many consumers.
I want to talk to you about my total annual interest rate.
People like Maria Polk. Despite always paying on time, the interest rates on her cards just skyrocketed to almost 30%.
I would be better off going to the mob for money.
Consumer advocates say the change should take effect sooner. 18 months is a long time to wait. And they say more change is needed because the new rules do nothing at all about such items as extremely high fees associated with credit cards. Randall Pinkston, CBS News, New York.
Straight ahead, your Friday morning weather. And in sports, the Colts gallop into the NFL playoffs yet again.
Inside the 15 and a walk-in for the touchdown.
Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off, the clapper.
The clapper is the sound-activated on-off switch for any appliance. Just plug it in and clap on your lights. And the clapper can be set for security, perfect for when you're out and return home. The lights will turn on at the first sound it hears. It's great for switches that are too hard to reach.
Clap on, clap off, the clapper.
Available at Walgreens, Kmart, Ace, and True Value.
Your eye cream puts the spotlight on just wrinkles. Olay Definity Eye Illuminator fights the look of wrinkles, discoloration, and under-eye darkness to fight what ages eyes most. Olay Definity Eye Illuminator for luminous, highly defined eyes. Change your skin's look immediately with new Definity Color Recapture from Olay. Powerful anti-aging moisturizer that goes beyond wrinkles to fight age spots and discoloration meets the illuminating instant coverage of foundation. New from Olay.
Imagine doing this, then doing this with your best fountain pen. The classic fountain pen won't leak or blot because of its virtually indestructible nib. Writing smoothly and effortlessly. In this deluxe set, you'll get the fountain pen, plus a roller pen, ball pen, 2-color pen, micro pen, and mechanical pencil, as well as this fantastic 66-piece refill set, a wonderful gift in this presentation case.
Available at Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, and Kmart.
Here's a look at the weather in some cities around the country. New York, snow developing, 32 degrees. Miami, 80. Chicago, snow, 31. Denver, 34. Los Angeles, sunny and 60 degrees. And time now for a check on the national forecast. The latest satellite picture shows large clouds over the Midwest. There's another storm beginning to take shape over the northern Rockies. Later today, many places from Chicago to New York City will receive at least 4 inches of snow and sleet, with heavy snow reaching Boston later this afternoon. Meanwhile, freezing rain will also be a problem across the Ohio Valley and southern coastal areas of the Northeast. And a new storm will dump more snow over the northern Rockies. In sports, Indianapolis is in the NFL playoffs again. Colts quarterback Peyton Manning was nearly perfect, throwing for 364 yards and 3 touchdowns. Indianapolis beat Jacksonville 31-24 for its 8th straight win. It gives the Colts the 5th seed in the AFC playoffs. In NBA basketball, Brandon Roy did it all for the Trailblazers. He scored 52 points, including the go-ahead three-pointer as Portland beat Phoenix 124-119. Orlando took advantage of a tired San Antonio team playing the second of back-to-back games on the road. Jameer Nelson had 24 points to lead the Magic over the Spurs 90-78. And in college basketball, it was a bad day for the coach of Ole Miss. Andy Kennedy was arrested yesterday morning for allegedly assaulting and insulting a Cincinnati cab driver. Then last night, Kennedy's Mississippi Rebels lost to number 9 Louisville 77-68 as Earl Clark scored 25 points. When we return, another look at this morning's top stories and remembering Deep Throat, the shadowy subject of the hit movie All the President's Men.
Cover a buck, there's more. Your lives are in danger.
Got a package full of wishes, a time machine, a magic wand, a globe made out of gold.
This holiday, see how far a wish can go. With 50 to 70% off all fine jewelry. Get these stunning black and white diamonds, the season's must-have, just $199.99. The store-wide 72-hour sale starts Wednesday. Don't just give a gift, grant a wish. Sears.
When Chef Tony Baker is in the kitchen, he never gets burnt.
Thanks to my new UV Glove Hot Surface Handler, now with non-slip silicone grips.
The UV Glove protects from heat up to 540 degrees.
And it's flame resistant with non-slip silicone grips. It really helps me hang on to slippery dishes. I use it with hot dinner plates, even ceramic bakeware. In my kitchen, I always make sure it's the Elf Glove.
The Elf Glove is available at Target. Makes a great gift.
I love you. Bye, Jackson. Say bye-bye, Mom. Hey, haven't seen you lately. How have you been?
Well, things got crazy there for a minute. I tried my best, but it was really hard. Dawson's teacher, Miss Jones, she took time and talked to me about getting help, and now we're doing pretty good.
Isn't she great? She helped me when I was having trouble potty training my son, and I don't know what I would have done without her.
Take the time to get involved for our children, for our future.
From all of us at CBS, happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. From everyone at Ghost Whisperer.
From all of us at Mentalist. From all of us at The Big Bang Theory.
From all of us at CSI.
From all of us at The Unit.
Happy holidays.
From all of us.
To all of you. Happy holidays.
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 From CBS 4.
On the CBS Morning News, here's a look at today's weather. A mixture of heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain will affect travel from the Midwest to the Northeast coastline. It'll be dry across the plains and snowy across the Northwest. Here's another look at this morning's top stories. A wintry storm that has hit the west is ready to tackle the middle of the country. About a foot of snow and ice is forecast for Chicago, where there are more than 100 flights that have already been canceled. And the White House says an orderly bankruptcy may provide a soft landing as it considers how to help the ailing auto industry. Actor Jeremy Piven is seriously ill. He abruptly left the Broadway play Speed the Plow. The show's producer says Piven collapsed Monday at his home. His doctor says Piven is suffering from extremely high levels of mercury, possibly from eating a lot of fish. Mark Felt, best known as Deep Throat, the secret informant at the heart of the Watergate scandal, died yesterday. He was 95 years old. As Drew Levinson reports, Felt's death came just 3 years after he finally admitted he helped bring down President Richard Nixon.
We really appreciate you. When 91-year-old W. Mark Felt came out to face the world, he ended 3 decades of intense speculation and solved one of America's greatest mysteries, the identity of Deep Throat, the source who leaked information to Washington Post reporters Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein. It exposed the Watergate cover-up, leading to President Nixon's resignation.
Mark had expressed reservations in the past about revealing his identity and about whether his actions were appropriate for an FBI man. But as he recently told my mother, I guess people used to think Deep Throat was a criminal, but now they think he's a hero.
The career FBI agent came forward only after his family finally convinced him that being Deep Throat would be an honor. Felt was crucial to the scandal that began in 1972, when burglars broke into the Democratic headquarters at the Watergate complex in Washington. Reporters Woodward and Bernstein broke story after story, detailing how the break-in was connected to the White House and financed by the Nixon campaign.
You tell me what you know, and I'll confirm. I'll keep you in the right direction if I can, but that's all. Just follow the money.
But not everyone thought Felt was a hero. Some condemned him for going outside the legal system, a system he was sworn to uphold as FBI deputy director.
I am not Deep Throat.
Critics say Felt denied he had leaked information because he was ashamed of what he did, and that he was motivated by anger because he had been passed over for the director's job when J. Edgar Hoover died. But supporters maintain that Felt was driven by his devotion to the FBI. He wouldn't allow the White House to sabotage the agency's investigation. He was sickened by the corruption he saw.
The family believes my grandfather, Mark Felt Sr., is a great American hero who went well above and beyond the call of duty.
Mark Felt's reasons for what he did can be debated, but Deep Throat's influence on American history is indisputable. Drew Levinson, CBS News.
This morning on the early show, actress Jennifer Aniston. I'm Michelle Gielan, and this is a CBS Morning News.
Fall in love with Hall's Naturals, now with a soothing honey center.
Remember this place?
It's where we first met.
What about here?
Our first kiss. I don't remember this place.
the visibly brighter Leo Diamond. One more reason K is the #1 jewelry store in America.
Every kiss begins with K.
I'll tell you a little secret. I use fresh herbs to bring out the flavor of my homemade dishes. Now I can get fresh herbs all year round with the Gourmet Chia Herb Garden. It contains everything you need to grow fresh herbs right in your own kitchen. And with the patented Chia growing sponge, you don't have to bother with messy potting soil. Just place a moistened Chia sponge in each clay pot, sprinkle on the herb seeds, and watch it grow. Fresh herbs are always at my fingertips. I bought one for my mother, my friend, and myself.
Available at Target, Walgreens, Rite Aid, and CVS.
Next Rage.
I am the New Kids on the Block biggest fan. Jordan is my favorite. This is his water bottle. I've had this for 15 years.
The New Kids are back on the block, and they're giving one super fan the surprise of her life.
Jordan! I think you're gonna have to fade to black. This could be illegal to watch.
Then, listen up, parents. Put the French fries down. Rach has got a new kind of fry every family will love.
This is brilliant.
Next Rage.
Today at 9 on CBS 4.
The Doctors is all new. 'Tis the season.
Stress eating, anxiety.
How to get rid of your holiday stress.
Can lower your blood pressure.
Then she was unhappy as an A-cup until she paid Dr. Orden a visit.
If you yourself have ever thought about getting breast implants, you don't want to miss this.
The before, the after, and
plastic surgery gift cards. In many cases, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
On the Doctors.
Today at 3 on 4. Brought to you by these sponsors.
Hey, welcome to snowy Las Vegas. It was a rare snow day on the Palms along the Strip as a huge western storm dipped all the way south to the gambling mecca. It was a lot of fun for the kids traipsing through the slush. Snow is at least as rare in Seattle as in Vegas, but folks there are dealing with these slippery stuffs too. Deborah Horn of our Seattle station, Cairo TV, reports.
The few drivers who braved the elements encountered road closed signs on nearly every steep hill. Those who live in those hilly neighborhoods did the only things they could to take in the view.
It's beautiful. It actually is. I've been here, 16 years, and I've never seen it this deep.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
Really? But you're walking around.
Oh, we just want to see what the roads were like.
And what do you think of what you see?
Well, they still look pretty bad.
You guys ready? Yeah. Okay.
The roads were bad in Renton, too. Even the chains on this car couldn't conquer this small hill. Now, you have chains on. What's the problem?
Oh, I guess it's supposed to be in the front, but it said put in the back as an example, so I don't know.
Have you ever had to put chains on before?
Nope, this is my first time. First year in a car in the snow, too, so.
As you can see, that bus still there where it has been all day. Difficult day here in Redmond, Washington. Reporting in Redmond, Deborah Horn for CBS News.
That's the CBS Morning News for this Friday. Thanks for being here with us. We hope to see you later for the early show. I'm Michelle Gielan. Have a great weekend.
For news 24 hours a day, log on to cbsnews.com.
CBS News is very good news.
Coming up, a lot happens early with Jennifer Aniston. Sexy new photos, a hot new movie, and some old and new relationships. Coming up on The Early Show.
'Tis the season for holiday hoops. First, Duke slams into Xavier. Then Purdue takes on Davidson. A doubleheader Saturday on CBS.
A political star, lots of enemies, a stunning death Saturday.
To see your favorite CBS shows, go to cbs4.com/CBS Video Network.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Jim Barry. Here's what's making news right now. A South Florida police officer is shot in the face. We're live at the hospital where both that officer and the gunman are recovering.
I'm Lisette Gonzalez in the Storm Center. This is it, the final weekend to take care of your holiday shopping, maybe celebrating Hanukkah, and then next week, Christmas. What is the weather going to be like? Will it stay beautiful across South Florida? I'll have the details straight ahead.
Also, Chrysler could shut down all of its plants, but the big three today could get lucky. A bailout plan might finally emerge from Washington. And remembering Mark Felt, the man who admitted to being deep throat, the source who brought down a president. CBS 4 News This Morning begins right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
It is 5 a.m. on Friday, December 19th. As Lisette says, we're getting ever so close to Christmas. I'm Jim Barry. Cynthia Demas has the day off, and Lisette is in this morning. And Lisette, since it's snowing every place else, we're not going to complain about what we've got here.
Oh, we can't complain, not even for a moment, Jim. Good morning to all of you at home, and happy Friday. I'm sure you're all happy because here we are getting ready to celebrate the holidays and, of course, take care of all that holiday shopping right now. A cool start, as you can see, especially inland in West Kendall right now. The temperature 58 degrees. You know, here in South Florida, we're wimps sometimes when it comes to the cooler weather, so anytime it drops below 70, need a light sweater. Yeah, 68 in Miami, 73 in Fort Lauderdale. A little bit milder closer to the coast due to that onshore flow. The rest of the afternoon, a warm mix of sun and clouds, 80 degrees this evening, comfortable and dry, 71. I do want to tell you about some fog, some patchy fog inland, especially around West Kendall. We did have reports of some fog around Chrome Avenue and A Street, and Christina Loren is going to be along to let you know how that's going to be affecting your commute. So let's get to Christina right now and see how that's going to be affecting your drive this morning. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning to you, Lisette. Well, when it comes to fog, it doesn't usually stay in one stationary location. It kind of swirls around the area throughout the morning. So wherever you're headed, just make sure you have those low beams handy and get ready to slow down. A good space cushion between you and the car ahead of you is always a good idea as well. Let's get right to your morning traffic. We do have some construction to contend with on the MacArthur Causeway at I-95. One left lane will be blocked there both directions, and that's going to last until the 28th of February next year. Meanwhile, let's talk about delays. Big time travel day across the nation today. We have no delays out of either major airport. We'll let you know what you're facing across the nation coming up. For CBS 4 Traffic, I'm Christina Loren.
Thanks, Christina. First this morning, America is remembering Watergate whistleblower Mark Felt. The former FBI agent who spilled the beans on Richard Nixon has died. Felt was 95 years old. CBS 4's Drew Levinson has more on the man who 3 years ago admitted being the